Are you ready? The time has come after days and weeks and months of building to this very night, this very moment. We have arrived at the grand final of the latest season of the CM 0102 Super League. I've just had the briefest of chats with both the managers. One's playing it cool. One's showing his passion for the occasion. Both very much are feeling the occasion, I can tell you. They are both here. They are both ready, but they are not alone. Because what would be a final Fifey episode without a very short late limbs interlude? Evening, Smuts.
Evening, mate. Evening. Yes,
How are
there is
you?
absolutely no chance you are leaving without a good goodbye from me.
You can feel
we-
the anticipation. You can feel the nervous energy in the air, can't you?
Not really.
No, that's because you haven't been involved in the Super League for a good couple of weeks now.
Yes, that is exactly right, mate. Yes, but yeah, we've got you a little going away present. Everybody whipped together, and
No,
we've
we're
got
not doing this. We're not
we've
doing
got you
this.
this lovely potted plant. Don't worry, it is plastic, so you
Excellent.
won't have
So
to watch
one of
something
us,
else.
one
you
of us is
love.
making profit.
Yeah, so effectively, you won't have to watch that wither and die. Something you love there, like you have the Super League. Goodbye, though.
Thanks,
We're gonna
man.
miss you, mate. Really gonna miss you.
I'm wondering, actually, you know, I've tried to paint this image of myself as this really nice, you know, friendly guy as best as I can. But I'm going to take just this one moment in this, the grandest stage of them all, when it comes to nostalgic fantasy football, to ask, could I go down as like the Ric Flair of the Super League and be a two-time Hall of Famer, one as a winning manager and as a two-time streamer chairman? Could I get a second induction at some point, do you think?
You've got two already.
I don't. It doesn't count.
You do. It does. You've got your team, and yeah, I'm sure you'll find your way back in at some point, mate. So, same way that you find your way back into that chairman's seat at some point. I mean, we all know as soon as Martin gets bored in 3 weeks' time, And
when he sees you lot doing fucking transfers.
as soon as he gets that list of transfers, he will be off his face on Polish whiskey or Polish vodka or whatever he's drinking at whatever festival he's drinking at this week. And you will be back in that chair again because you are a glutton for punishment.
I believe Martin is missing the final tonight because he's at...
Even he doesn't care.
No, what was the film that went head-to-head with Barbie?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I believe he's watching Oppenheimer tonight.
Brilliant. So he's set aside 5. He set aside 5 hours to watch a really dull film instead of watching a 0-0 draw. I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all, mate. I mean, even I am not going to be here for the fucking entire card.
No, I know you're not sticking around for the entire broadcast. You're just here for the intro and to give me my well-deserved flowers. What's your prediction for tonight? I know you'll jokingly say 0-0, but
it is going to be 0-0. Everybody, it's already written, mate. It's 0-0. It will go to extra time. It'll be 0-0 after extra time, and then one person will score a penalty. Yeah, one person will score a penalty. It will be Christian Bergstrom. There you go. There's my prediction.
And what's your message for the Super League next year? Are you a season 3 team?
I was a season 2 team, mate. It depends if I can actually stick around for the whole season and actually get teams in every bloody week instead of just getting fuck it as is. That'll do. So we'll see. I've broken my team already. Ian's had all the best players from my team, so we'll see how it goes. Fuck it.
And of course, we still plan on sticking around with Limbs and doing something new and fresh with it, don't we? So it's certainly not the last people will be seeing of me and you as the Ant and Dec of CMO 102.
Well, you have got a large forehead.
And I'm taller than you.
That's true. That's true. So yeah.
And you're more successful with women.
Don't need to. I think at the two of us, I've got more of a chance with Georgie Thompson. Let's put it that way.
You fuck.
And you're worse at driving. When under the influence.
Disagree on that as well, I think.
When under the influence, fair enough. Okay. But look, the only real reason here that I'm here tonight is to plug Late Limbs again. Yeah, great. But to make sure that OJ Simpson's legacy lives on. R.I.P.
Jesus Christ.
R.I.P.
And on that note, thank you for popping on to the final, but we've got much more important people to talk to this evening.
Yes, I shall bid you adieu. It's been exactly 2 weeks since my vasectomy, so I am going to go and get one of the 24 out of the way, lads. Enjoy the 0-0, everybody. Bye.
Let's get on with the action in hand. And, let's start, because I was given a stat today by our resident statman, Mr. Swan, who, again, vastly appreciated by the small group of us, but I don't think the wider group realise just how much work he does. So I have a stat here as I welcome the final managers on. So let's start with the man who popped into the waiting room first. This feels long overdue. Good evening, Mr. Dimble.
What the fuck was that? Why was he here?
Just to spruce the final up a bit, give it a bit of pizzazz. Otherwise, it's over before it started.
He just moaned about not... Yeah, I don't know what it was. Anyway, good evening, Fifey. I am delighted to be here. Thank you for inviting me on to do comments and comment on the game.
A little Swan has told me tonight is your 200th game as manager.
Yes, not including season 14 dead, but yeah, it's my 200th official game, which I managed to sneak ahead of Tato, which I'm quite proud of actually, because I've had the extra playoff games.
Yes.
I managed to sneak ahead of Tato, which is quite nice actually.
We had a little chat before we went live, but now that we are live and the masses, the millions of East Coast and Super League fans worldwide can see you on their screens, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm nervous, ready to get going. It always feels like it's inevitable disappointment in these situations, but obviously hoping for the best. And I feel like I deserve to win a star eventually. I don't know if that'll be tonight, though.
Okay. Well, as you said, you snuck ahead of your opponents. So let's welcome Mr. 199 himself. I believe the only thing we could say is, Wayo.
Wayo. Evening, fellas.
How are you feeling,
Again,
Tato?
Buzzing, yeah. Looking forward to it. Let's
Yeah.
have it.
I noticed, and this happens when I'm doing Fools Rush In as well, when we play the intro tune. I saw Smuts in the lobby. He was just sat there, not really paying much attention. Dimble was just kind of in his zone. Your head was bobbing along.
Yeah, that's me nervous energy. Is that I've had about 8 poos.
We'll see the teams in a minute, but a little bit of BTS for those watching, a little bit of behind the scenes information. When you got your pack, I believe your message was, "What the actual fuck, Fifey? What have you done to them?"
Yeah, that was uncalled for. That really, wasn't it? I played an absolute blinder in the semis and stuff. Resting players on bookings, not getting anyone suspended, because it's infuriating having everyone booking and suspended for the final, and then it comes around that you've injured them all. I don't know what to say.
That's my lasting imprint on the Super League, is to just cripple Tato's squad so he can win in all adversity.
Yeah, it's not cool, mate. Not cool.
We've got that Badgers shirt is awesome.
It's Atletico Mineiro inspired. This is Salford in the background, which is where I live. So yeah, it's class. Thanks to Mr. Edwards, of course.
Of course, does some excellent work. Well, listen, gents, I'm not going to leave you waiting any longer. Let's get the game up on the screen. Let me go in the middle of you two fine specimens as well. Keep you separated. Don't want any arguing on the touchline, that is for sure. And here we go. The Super League Grand Final, Badgers versus East Coast. We are starting with Coast. We're starting with Dimble's team. The big decision for you, Dimble, was Zayaleas. He is being risked on the orange injury.
Yeah, that's right. Michelini actually did really well when he came back in. So it was actually a big decision. But I've gone with my kind of heart more than my head. And if he has to come off, he has to come off. But Zayaleas has been absolute rock for me for like 2 seasons now, or however long it's been. So I feel like he deserves his shirt for the night.
You are synonymous with taking players that are kind of been around but not doing much and making names of them to an extent. Stanic being one in recent times, but he's dropped out of favour. We can't go into this game without talking about Bergstrom, who in the playoffs has become unplayable.
Yeah, even I'm surprised by that. I wasn't expecting him to have a mark like that. I thought he might get a 7 and maybe the odd assist, but to get a 10 in the playoffs and a couple of man of the matches has been unreal. Yeah, unreal. I really like him. Just never thought he'd actually do it in the Super League. So yeah, he shocked me as much as anyone. But I think he fits what I'm doing. He's in the right position. I've got other options, but they're not typical wingers on the left. It's similar to kind of what someone like Rob Air did for Tortuga back in the day and have that impact. I can't imagine it'll be long-term impact, but for 7 games, let's hope he does enough.
To answer your question, Steve, no. I'm not looking forward to Grimsby Swindon next week at all.
Yeah, Steve's actually going to come to the game, so Steve's looking forward to it. I don't know.
A bottom of the table nil pointer. I mean, that game's got 0-0 and both teams getting no points written all over it. I
imagine it more like to be 4-4 the way we play and the way you play.
Well, if you're in that case, I'll put you down for a 4-0 win, mate. Let's bring up the actual tactics screen then, and let's just have a brief look at some of the players on display for you. Taibbi has been good all season, although he did have that iffy game the other night, so fair play to you for keeping faith with him. Shevchenko is one of just a couple of players in the whole league that has featured in every single game. Yeah,
shout out to Taibbi. He's been really good for me. He's probably going to leave in the summer, or he's agreed to leave as long as that goes through. And he's had one, I think maybe 2 5s this season, but beyond that, he's been a 7 and 8 every week, if not better. So yeah, he's been a good servant, and hoping obviously that second 5 doesn't come in like kind of 3 games. And Shevchenko has been 7s all season, and in the playoffs he's actually turned up a bit. He's got 4 8s. So having that faith in him is kind of paying off for now anyway.
Earlier in the campaign, you were one of the two managers who did that big mouth-watering deal. How do you feel it's panned out with Ronaldinho?
He's not doing much, but he's there.
No,
and he's
he does
always
that.
dangerous. Yeah, he's always dangerous. I mean, he could turn up tonight and he could win the game in a couple of kicks, can't he? So, in my opinion, it's still kind of worth it, although it's not really turned out as well as I'd hoped it would. And I lost Stam, which Stam was a massive loss for me. Kewell, I kind of felt like I came to the end of it, but Stam was huge for me.
So you finished fourth in the division. You were safely and comfortably in the playoffs in the end. Your route to the final saw you take on Bern over 2 legs. You won both of those. You then beat Sancte in that dramatic game a couple of nights ago. And then, of course, beating the team that finished top in the last round. So you're scoring goals, which must be a big bonus going into this final.
It is. It's not always been the case this season. I'm probably one of the lowest scorers, definitely in the top half. And I've been pretty average all season, kind of losing the game, winning the game, losing the game. But it's come to the last 4 games of the season and the playoffs, and I've been on fire. So I can't really complain. Badgers have got a number on me at the minute, though. So
yeah, you haven't won in this iteration against Tater.
Yeah, that is true. It's true, though, isn't it?
It is true. It is true. But they say that rules are there to be broken, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't mind it in a way, but I've not really been in a couple of those games. Like last one was at Haps. The last one was an absolute drubbing. I suppose I think I must have a bad keeper game that game as well. But it felt like I was never going to score. I was a tie before. Yes, he had that 4, and then he had the 5 in the playoffs. So yeah, fucking hell, I should have dropped him. Can I swap it?
Let's see if he turns up on the big occasion for you. You take a breather as we'll bring Tato in next to discuss his team. And here it is. Okoronkwo suspended, Simeone injured, Klompe plays despite the orange injury. But that is a couple of big names out for you tonight, Tato.
Yeah, I knew Okoronkwo would be out, and I thought I could bring in Val Harron, who's in my resis, but he's also for some reason got a red injury.
Yeah, he got injured as well. Yeah.
So that ruined that plan. Simeone is a massive loss. He's the
best midfielder in the world ever.
He's been very, very good this year. Very good, underrated as well. I think he's just really coming to his own the last 18, since about round 18 when I really started motoring. And I've never really had him before. He's been class.
The re-emergence of Zizi Roberts in the second half of this season cannot be understated.
Yeah, I mean, pure luck, to be honest. I was having no luck particularly luck with Saviola. Went through a bad run of form around game week 15 to 18, like I say, and I sort of drafted Zizi back in, and since then I've been absolutely flying, to be fair. And he's been quality, yeah.
I mentioned about Dimble that he's one for taking kind of unfancied players who have been around a bit and sort of re-emerging them as stars, whereas you're more synonymous with just taking almost complete unknowns and making them global sensations.
I might have used to have been. I can't say that this season, but I like to all my guys on the team to have a role. So I've got my kickers, I've got my assist makers, I've got my headerers. That's about all I need, really. I'm a very stats-based kind of guy with the game, so not really any favourites, really. But yeah, go with the numbers.
If it wasn't for the Okoronkwo suspension, I know you are very much in the fitness is a myth. But if Okoronkwo was available, would Klompe have been dropped?
No. Live would not be playing centre half. That is not ideal at all. He's about 12 years old, and I'm not looking forward to that, but is what it is. Got to go with the game engine.
No, absolutely. Nicky Ferenko has played a major part. He can be hit and miss in the Super League. Do you feel you've got one of, if not the best version of him?
I mean, 4 goals in 25 games is not good, but from an
5
AMC,
assists as well.
From an AMC in this league, what I always ask my AMCs to do is 10 goal contributions. That is enough. That's all they need to do. Goals or assists, and he's pretty much got there. I've dropped him a couple of times as well, so yeah, he's been absolutely fine. They don't do much in this league, AMCs.
So, Nicky, but you mentioned about the likes of. I want to talk about your DM line. We mentioned Simeone missing, for example. Nicky Butt is one who, over the last few years, has really established himself in the very, very best. But there's been a debate that I've been trying to keep going throughout the season between Johnson and Desai, and I think the fact that he's leading your side out in the final says that Desai wins it.
Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Desai just about beats that. Yeah. Ronnie Johnson's quite good, but he's not Desai. Desai has been in the playoffs for about 15 years running. I don't think Johnson's made one.
It's very true. Oh, do you think I showed the head-to-head record just before we switched over? Do you think it takes any semblance of sincerity going into his final?
No, because Dimble hasn't played this same formation as me against me yet this season. I'm pretty sure certainly didn't when I beat him 3-0. And if he did, it was only early on in his usage of it. It seems very overpowered or strong at the moment with the players we've got in the Super League. Mm-hmm. He's never played me, man to man in these formations. So, no, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm heading to match centre, which means I'd like to wish you both the very best of luck. We're going to play this game on fast commentary. But just before we do, just to keep the two managers waiting that little bit longer, for anyone who missed it earlier, there was more stuff going out on socials. For example, the latest round of Hall of Fame was announced. So we have 3 new inductees. First of all, congratulations to Ben, Season 2 champion, finally getting his place in the Hall of Fame. Everyone's favourite, Rob, has made it into the Hall of Fame as well. The 4th most games in history, 375 goals scored. The People's Champ, as he's been dubbed. And then 3rd, the man who shockingly announced yesterday that he was stepping away from the Super League. Arguably the sexiest man in football. Jens is departing with a Hall of Fame induction. I must admit, without wishing to sound in any way disrespectful, I genuinely at one point thought this was Jens' year to get his star. I can't believe he's leaving without it. He's had some good teams, but I'd like to congratulate all 3 of the inductees into the latest round of the Hall of Fame. Without question, you 2 will be in there soon as well. But which one will be in there with a star? Well, according to the legions of supporters worldwide, it will be East Coast with 73% of the vote saying that you're going to be champion, Dimble. How do you feel about that?
The people know nothing.
What do they know?
Yeah, let's get a referendum on that.
Right, well, here we go. You've waited long enough. Somehow I have dragged this out for over 20 minutes without kicking off the only game of the night. Gentlemen, strap yourselves in. This is going to be a bumpy ride, but I wish you both the very best of luck. As we kick off the season 15 grand final, keep firing your predictions into the chat, please. We've got Alex saying, good luck, boys. We've got Dan saying, good luck, football. And, of course, with it being slightly slower, you'll have a chance to react. So let us know in-game how you're feeling it's going. Badgers versus East Coast for the title of Season 15 champion. 1 minute gone and already action in the text. But now it's died down. Duggan has gone 1-3 Cosmos. Shevchenko, save Toldo, and he gets it the second attempt as well. Badgers holding the pressure. Now Vredes, Zanoni wins it. Nicky Ferenko to Rossini. Free kick to the home side. Giggs lines it up. Deflects off the wall. Just feeling each other out the opening 15 minutes. It feels a couple of chances, but nothing concrete for either side. Vrede gets the ball. Uliano, Zayaleus, Bergstrom on the ball. Kabelsha, another player that has been so consistent. Paul saying 2-1 Coast after extra time. Suchowski! Oh, he's missed it. Now live, but goes long. Doesn't find a teammate. Giggs is given a warning for a body check. Ducker says, how much is Dimble shitting it anytime he sees Giggs' name there? We're approaching half-time already, 40 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes have been added on at the end of this half. We're into those 3 now. Swieczkowski comes forward, but now Rossini. Roberts smashes it low. Zanoni picks it up, goes for top corner. It's 1-0 to the Badgers. Zanoni with his first goal of the season, and it is in added time at the end of the first half of the grand final. That changes everything this half-time. Tato, as the home side and the leading side, let's start with you. How did you find that first half?
Cagey, as expected, to be fair. Most of those shots came in that last passage of play, I think, at least 2 of them. Cagey, there's matching up formations and similar player styles is always going to do that, yeah. Absolute coin toss this.
Dominating in the air, and when I come to Dimble in a minute, that 35% tackle percentage would be a concern. But you must be happy with the fact that you are leading at halftime.
No, I'm gutted. Yeah, good. It's good. I didn't really see it coming. To be fair, it looked like it was 0-0 written all over it, annoyingly. But Smuts is wrong, so suck on that, mate. It's not going to be 0-0.
Well, while you get a chance to look at your ratings there, I'll come to Dimble. How are you feeling on the whistle, mate?
Yeah, it's very even. Obviously, the 2 shots on target came from the save and the finish, so it was 1 shot each until 47 minutes, whatever it was. So,
yeah,
very much in the game. Very much not looking forward to the second half.
I'll go as is, please, Fifey.
Well, while you go as is, I will bring up the East Coast stats. Look at that, a 4 for Dario Hussein.
That's live, that.
That's harsh.
That's a random 4 for a striker. I've never seen a 4 for a striker in a time.
Live is having a very, very good game. I think he's won everything that he's done, so maybe he's up against him.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
Can you? I will make a change. Can I just not in subs, just a change in formation, please?
Yep.
Can you just shift Hussein central and Shevchenko to the right of Ronaldinho, and both with arrows, please?
Like that? Oh.
Yeah. Cheers.
No
Get
worries.
Hussein away from that animal that is Ashley Live.
Well,
Protect him.
you see it there, half-time, no subs, but Coast have altered. Let's see how it works as we go to the hour mark. Ferguson, but Desai, but still on the ball. Giggs now. Roberts picks it up. Free kick awarded. And here come Coast. They Elias. Zanetti went too soon and it's offside. Bergstrom now. Free kick to Coast. Velchuk to Bergstrom. Elias now picks it up. Nicky Franco on the volley, but it's over the bar. Tato is looking up at the stars as we pause it. Bang on the hour. Yes.
Skills.
Pull him off. Pull Swieczkowski off for Saviola, please, and swap him with Nicky Franco.
No problem at all. Anything else?
No, that'll do, please. Thank you.
So, Dimble, you've got the luxury of seeing what Tato's done. Does it alter your thinking? Still a goal down, 30 minutes left of your season, unless you could score a goal. Hussein's still on a 4.
Yeah, he's going to have to come off, isn't he?
He can't play.
He can't play on anymore. I will not stand for this. Yeah.
He's saying Hussein 4.
Yeah. Bring Romeo on for him, and I'll go back to the 2 up top if that's all right. Obviously, that didn't do him any good getting away from him. So, yeah, but set it back to exactly the same as it was.
Like that?
Yeah, cheers.
Anything additional?
What's Bergstrom? What's his rating, Bergstrom? 7. Right. Sling D'Alessandro on the left wing as well. Just
bringing the big man off.
I am, yeah. Yeah, D'Alessandro's been really good off the bench, so he deserves a chance to make a difference here. And that'll do. Cheers.
Well, there we go. 30 minutes left. Unless there is a goal. The managers have done all they can do for the time being. But picks it up. Rossini. And it's 2-0 to the Badgers. Rossini scores the second. And is that game set and match now? Vrede. Ferguson now gets it. He's 30 yards from goal. Shevchenko! Oh, they tried the overhead kick. It's gone over the bar. D'Alessandro went too soon. Ronaldinho picks it up, though. Coast Arch throwing everything at it. Ronaldinho misses the target. 15 minutes to play. Zizi Roberts, Saviola. Perfectly timed tackle. Now Ferguson sets up the counter, but Romeo misses. Giggs now going on a mazy himself. Live, back to Giggs. Rossini! Toby saves. Ferguson picks it up again. 77 now on the clock. Oh, and another one goes over the bar. Zanetti, Romeo, Ronaldinho, Zanetti. Still Zanetti, Ronaldinho! Puts it over the bar. Giggs coming forward for the home side now. Rossini, saved again by Toby. And Coast again tried to set off on a counter. Picking up every loose ball at the minute the away side. Can they get one to make it interesting? D'Alessandro told him to say Shevchenko. But he can't get past Live. Of course he can. Only in the Super League. Shevchenko puts it over the bar again. Ronaldinho saved. It's a corner. All this pressure. Coast have done everything but score. It looks like it's going to be too little too late now. Kovalchuk. Uliano. But Giggs picks it up. Offside, though. 3 minutes being added on. Nicky Butt. Ronaldinho picks it up. Oh, Shevchenko puts over again. Oh, he's hit the crossbar this time. And there's the final whistle. Badgers are your Super League champions. But my word, the scoreline might make it look like it was quite routine. But that last half an hour, Tato didn't look like he was sitting comfortably at any point. Congratulations. We'll come to you in just a second, Tato. But Dimble, it was a valiant effort, but you just didn't have your shooting boots on tonight.
No, there was loads of pressure there. It wasn't our night. It's one of them, innit? If you close the game down and start again, I might win. But that's not going to happen, is it? So, yeah, congratulations to Tato. He's been a better team than me all season, over the season. So, can't complain with that part. But yeah, it feels a bit disappointing to have that much pressure and not to even score a goal is very, very, very frustrating.
And Tato, let's hear from the champion. Let me just swap your positions on the screen while I'm flashing up these comments. You must be absolutely buzzing right now.
Yes, mate. Absolutely buzzing. I'm trying to be respectful for Dimble because it must be a world of pain not winning this in the final. But yeah, I'm made up, yeah. I've been nervous all day, but I'm buzzing, yeah. Get in there. Sorry, Dimble.
Fantastic performance. But we have to say that last half an hour, it was nervy viewing from your perspective, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're always gonna come at you. You got Shevchenko and Ronaldinho up there, and they're always gonna come at you. But my DMs and my defense have been pretty solid all season, and Toldo, who I've never really had before, has been absolutely class. But Lythe, he's had an absolute stormer. That's some performance that from the lad.
With one eye on the future, maybe for you, as you said, he's a young man. Is he playing his way into first, or is he already gone somewhere?
No, I've still got him, but I've got Mendieta coming in, so I'm not sure there's a spot for him. I'm sure he'll get his way in there somewhere. Yeah.
Very much part of the squad.
Yeah.
Let me just flash it. I'm still doing all these comments. Let's have a look. I mean, Dimble, you had the Hussein 4. You've got a Ronaldinho 5 in the end. A Zayaleas 5. Your big players just didn't turn up for you, did they?
No, not at all. Ronaldinho's just missed a load of chances, hasn't he? He's at the bar when he should have done better. Apart from that, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, Hussein, I don't know what's happened there. That's just a freaky performance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. I don't think I've ever got a 4 from a striker. I can't remember it happening anyway. Like genuinely can't remember it happening. So for it to happen on this stage is a sickener. But yeah, Kovalchuk's got a 6. He's not done that all season. Zayas has got 5. He's not done that all season. Yeah, Ronaldinho's let me down. Like you say, it felt like we was in the game, but I don't think we really was. I think Badgers were destined to win that one.
No, absolutely. But there we have it. Tato, this is your moment as the new champion. Speak to the masses and send a threatening message for the season to come.
We're at the mercy of the game engine, mate. But nothing will change. The tactic will not change. The 11 is not weakened. It has got stronger. So yeah, I'll see you here next year. Yeah.
And Dimble, a defiant message for the Coast fans: go one better next year. Is it one of those hashtag we go again?
Oh, maybe once I get over it, but yeah, we are going to look stronger next year. Like genuinely, if the deals that have been agreed do happen, we will look stronger next year. So we'll be right up there. We'll be top 4 again, hopefully.
Well, obviously, I wish you both the very best luck. Tato, honestly, congratulations. It's massive for anyone to even get that. There's been so many people not even make a Super League Grand Final, so you should both be very proud of your efforts this year, and even fewer have got a star. I look forward to seeing the content that comes out, particularly from you, Tato, in the coming days and weeks, as we bid adieu to season 15. We hand the reins over to Martin for what is going to be an exciting season 16. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And all that's left for me to say from Super League HQ for the very last time, thank you to everyone in the chat. Appreciate your time and enjoy what's coming next from the Super League, because it's only going to continue to get bigger and better. Good night.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, 5 feet.